For 4 days, he was busy being the president. Today, he was able to return to the role of the candidate, and Barack Obama looked as if he was a man in a hurry, trying to make up for lost time as he chases down the votes which he needs to keep his job.
There are no Democrats or Republicans during a storm. They're just fellow Americans.
But taking a break from the campaign appears to have done him no harm. In fact, dealing with disaster has brought positive results. A Washington Post poll found that a huge 78% of people were impressed with his handling of the storm's aftermath. The figures for Mitt Romney were more evenly split, with 44% positive. But in truth, there's little a challenger can do in these circumstances. It's presidents who make things happen. So, as he campaigned in Virginia, a state which polls suggest is currently a dead heat, all the Republican challenger could do was offer support and sympathy to victims of the storm.
Please make sure if you have an extra dollar or more than that, to send it along to the Red Cross or Salvation Army or some other relief effort to make sure that we show the world and show our neighbors how much we care.
Campaigns always worry about an unforeseen event which could change the course of an election. Sandy was big, the storm was powerful, but its political impact isn't as great as it might have been. The two worst affected states, here in New York and across the water there in New Jersey, are traditionally Democrat-supporting states during presidential elections, so Sandy was never likely to alter the result. But if President Obama had been perceived to have behaved inadequately or insensitively during this disaster, then the ripple effects could have gone right across the country and affected voters in states which will decide the election. Instead, Obama earned plaudits, even from political rivals like the Republican governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie. Coverage like this trumps yet another political rally when it comes to news coverage, even though most people have already made up their mind who they're voting for, based on bigger issues.
It may sway some people, but I think overall the last 4 years haven't been that great for anybody. So I'm a Romney guy, and hopefully he'll prevail.
Well, my mind's made up. I knew who I was going to vote for. I was going to vote for Obama to start out with. And so that only reinforces my opinion of him and how he's handled the situation.
But the storm may still reduce the number of people voting for Obama.
It's true that most of the states that have been hit are safe Democratic states, but it's likely that it'll lead to lower voter turnout in some of those states. It's possible and maybe increasingly likely that President Obama may lose the popular vote, but win the Electoral College. As you know, we don't elect our presidents through a national popular vote, and that does cause some concern when the president might be elected with a minority of the vote.
No president has ever been re-elected while losing the national popular vote. Superstorm Sandy could yet cause huge damage to Obama's mandate. Ian Woods, Sky News, New York.